All right, section 2.5, number 8. We're given this polynomial, 9x to the fourth minus 24x cubed plus 16x squared. And we're asked to solve this for 0. Okay. Now, this thing, it's not a quadratic, right? We're x to the fourth. So the first thing I'm going to look at and see, is there anything in common that I can pull out? What I see is there's an x to the fourth, an x cubed, and an x squared. So there's at least an x squared in every term. Okay? X to the fourth is the same thing as x squared times x squared, and x cubed is the same thing as x times x squared. So if I pull an x squared out of each term, I'm left with 9x squared there, minus 24x here, and a plus 16 for 0. Okay? Now, clearly if x is equal to 0, this whole thing is equal to 0, because 0 times anything is 0. So this gives us that x equals 0 is a solution. Okay? Now, this quadratic, this remaining quadratic could also be 0, because 0 times anything is 0. So let's look at that quadratic. Okay? Will that ever be 0? Okay, well this is a quadratic. We could use the quadratic equation. We could try to see if we could factor this thing. My suspicion is that this thing is not going to be too nice to factor. I don't know that for a fact. Well, let's take a look. Well, 9 could be 9 times 1, or 3 times 3. 16 could be 16 times 1, or 8 times 2, or 4 times 4. Okay? Now, can any of these combinations, when I multiply one of these by one of these, and the other by the other, add them together, can I get to 24? The negative here indicates that at least one of these terms must be negative. The positive here means that both of them must be negative. Okay? So if I do 9 and 16, that's 100, and that's a lot already. So the 9 and the 16, those aren't going to work. 9 and 1 is 9, 16 and 1 is 16, 16 plus 9 is 25, which is not 24. Okay, so this combination of this one and this one isn't going to work. What about 9, 1, and 8, and 2? Well, 9 and 8 is 72. That's a lot. Subtracting off the 2 isn't going to do much of anything. 9 times 2 is 18. 8 plus 1 is 8. I'm sorry, 8 times 1 is 8. 8 plus 18 is 26. 26 is not 24. Okay, so that's not going to work. 9, 4, and 4. 9 times 4 is 36. 4 and 1 is 4. 36 and 4 is 40, so that's not going to work either. What about 3, 3, and 16 and 1? 3 times 16 is, I can't do math with numbers. It's 58. 58 and 1, 58 plus 3 is too much. 3, 8, and 2. 3 and 8 is 24 already. 3 and 2 is 6. 24 and 6 is 30. Right, so that's not going to work. But 3 and 4 is 12. 3 and 4 is 12. 12 plus 12 is 24. So it looks like that's my combination. So if I break this up into 3x minus 4 times 3x minus 4, okay, well, this times this is these two are the same thing, so this is actually a square. So 3x minus 4 could be 0. Right, so we'd add 4 to both sides. 3x is equal to 4, or x is equal to 4/3. Right, so x is equal to 4/3. is our other solution. So 0 and 4/3 are the zeros of our original equation.